Hey guys, I'm Nate.
And I'm Thea, and we are a husband and wife premium acoustic duo, and we usually play at weddings and events.
So we've been playing together ever since we were teenagers, so over 10 years, creating beautiful atmospheres with our music.
So the main thing is, why are we doing this podcast? How did we decide to do this?
So we've been running the usual business of playing at weddings, showing all of our covers and us making music together. But yeah, we thought it would be quite a fun and creative way to show more of ourselves in an authentic setting. I'm guessing most of you haven't even heard me speak, just heard a beautiful voice, which is great. But yeah, I just thought it would be a cool space where we can actually show more of ourselves, talk about things that you guys might be interested in, and just have fun along the way.
Yeah. And we wanted to kind of show you the way we interact off camera as well, because we're a lot more chill and we're quite laid back. So when you meet us in person, you guys will be like, oh, wow,
Yeah.
We're a lot younger and more fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, we hope that this is a bit of an insight into our lives, what we do outside of this business, because this is just a side business. And yeah, again, if you have any questions or fun things you'd like to ask us, even, like about our relationship and family things, or just music in general, this will be the space that you'll watch us on.
Yeah. So the first thing we're just going to chat about is a little bit about us, get to know more of our background.
Yeah, so we're a married couple. We were actually coming up to our 5-year anniversary in October, so that's really exciting.
5 years married.
Yes, 5 years married. We've known each other since high school.
But 10 years dating.
10 years dating, yes, and 5 years married. But we'll get into that story in another episode. So we're married and we have a daughter, Ariana. She just turned 1. And yeah, she's so special. She is definitely a mix of both of us. But yeah, we've just got our little family of 3 at the moment.
Yeah. So I guess outside of family and, this gigging space, I work in finance at ANZ.
And I'm pretty much just a full-time mum. We've been blessed that Nate has been able to cover us financially, that I can not work and essentially be a full-time mum, but also do this side business. So I started doing this while I was just doing a bit of music. I went to Equippers College and did some training there vocally, but also just production and everything. That's how we know a little bit more than just singing and performing. We have all the setup and all the bits working in the background, a bit of that knowledge as well. But yeah, I used to be an accountant as well, but decided that probably being in the office is just a little bit too dull for me. I was just stuck inside and I just needed to be out in the sun and do more creative things. I do love using my thinking brain, but I definitely prefer more of this business kind of admin, but also definitely creative outlets.
And I am half Samoan, half Kiwi European. I come from a big family of 12, so 2 parents, 10 kids, 9 siblings. I'm number 8, so I'm one of the babies of the family. Grew up in a culture where there's lots of music around me. Everyone's playing a little bit of everything. I guess I mostly picked up guitar from my dad. Yeah, he's pretty good. But yeah, no, we love jamming and making music together.
And I come from a family of 5. I'm fully Filipino, born in the Philippines, came here when I was 5. I've got a sister and a brother. And yeah, we're also very musical. As you know, Filipinos are very musical and expressive and creative. And so that's where all this comes from. We just all picked an instrument, mainly singing, but we lead worship
I was about to say,
church,
church and kind of growing up together. Cynthia actually started a worship team at high school, which is pretty cool. But yeah, church has always been like a platform where I think we grew a lot musically in our own churches and eventually together. I grew up in the church and I get to play around on all the instruments that were there at church. So, yes, I learned the guitar, but I did end up kind of having a little go on the drums, on the keyboard, on the bass. So yeah, I love learning musical instruments in general and growing musically however I can.
Yeah, I definitely love just singing as well.
And she plays guitar as well.
I do play guitar. I play guitar.
Sweetly.
And actually the first instrument I learned was the keyboard. But yeah, we'll get into music stuff in another segment. But definitely voice. I've been working on that for a few years now and I've grown over the years.
Yeah.
But yeah, music is just one of the main things that we gel on and that have definitely brought us together.
So yeah, we met at high school. This is all the way back in year 9 in a little school down in Pukekohe.
Pukekohe Christian
yeah,
School,
shout
out.
We have different experiences of when we first met. I was pretty just out of it, in my own space, doing my own thing. Whereas she was kind of like a new student that came into the school and judging everyone. Nah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was definitely like the introvert. I was like, oh, he's totally one of the nerds in the back, just sitting at the back with his drawings and all that. But yeah, no, we've been together for a while. Oh, we were friends. Well, actually, no, we weren't even friends.
Yeah.
We were just classmates for like 1 or 2 years.
I was far too shy to.
Or just, yeah, he didn't really talk much. Whereas I was very like extravagant and everything. But I think we definitely connected on sport, outdoor activities. We did Duke of Ed in high school. I think that's where we first kind of started hanging out a bit more. And then there was definitely the music side. So as Nate mentioned, I did start a worship team back in when we were year 11. He didn't join for a while because he was a little bit like, oh, I'm going to suss this out first.
Yeah. Trying to be smooth. Yeah.
Eventually he joined.
Yeah.
But anyways, it wasn't even about that. It was just about providing a space at school to lead worship.
Yeah, that stood out to me quite a lot. We're both Christian. And then seeing her take that step to create a worship team at high school was quite bold.
So that was us pretty much.
Yeah, high school. It all happened in the final year, I would say. I finally accepted that I liked her.
Took him a while to say it though, because you did ask me to the ball first.
Yeah, I was about to say. So asked her to the ball. There's a bit of a story in there.
You can share it.
Yeah, sure. So I've always played guitar, but I never really sang. But I knew that when I asked Thea to the ball, I wanted to try and sing to ask her. So yeah, I created a little space in the music room and then got her to come in during lunchtime, just her, and kind of had these 2 chairs set up with a guitar. Quite intense for someone who doesn't like you.
I was like, what's going on? It was on like the school Valentine's Day as well. So I was like, I'll just buy into it because I like you.
And then she came in, picked up the guitar, did my thing and sang Lemonade to her and then asked her to the ball. Yeah, so that was kind of like one of our first main songs together. It's one of the ones we sing during our performances. So yeah, that one means a lot to us.
He even went on his knees with the guitar and asked me to the ball. So it's very romantic. But yeah, even then we didn't date. We just went to the ball. We were still a bit like, we're just friends.
So yeah, after the ball, there was a little bit of a space where we were waiting for a while, but eventually I told her how I felt and she thankfully expressed that she felt the same way.
Yes, that was at the park. It was a special park we met at after school. We have a park anniversary. Park anniversary. We celebrate it.
So from there, I courted her and her family and just got to know them and her a little bit better. And then towards the end of the year, I officially asked her to be my girlfriend at her 18th debut. That in itself was a whole nother event where I did sing for her again.
Yes, that's right. What was that one? Catered to you.
Yeah, catered to you, but the male to female version.
Yeah. And then pretty much after that, just started our dating journey.
Yeah.
We went to Auckland University together. We did business, Bachelor of Commerce, and we both did accounting, but I did management and he was in finance. Yep. And then through that, we just went through the motions because my parents said, don't get married until after university. So we pretty much stayed true to it,
yeah. No, it was a fun journey. I think we just learned more and more about each other.
Yeah, we're still very young.
Yeah, we're young.
Like 17
figuring
when we
things
started
out.
dating.
So yeah, after the uni, we're dating for about 3.5 years. I eventually got a real job and then saved up a bit, got the engagement ring, and then I proposed to Thea at the Sky Tower. So that was pretty cool.
That was so cool. He pretty much hired the entire top floor, reserved it.
I don't know how they let me do that.
Yeah, they didn't even have it as an option, like a package to do. He just did it and was just like, I'm gonna hire this whole place, and then decorated everything with cards and fairy lights and rose petals all over the ground. And then there's this big rose petal heart at the end, and that's when he got down on his knee. And I said yes.
Cheesy, but nah.
No, I love it. I love cheesy. You're very romantic, so very fitting. And now we see the Sky Tower every time we and we're like, so we got engaged. But then it turned into a bit of a spin, because we were supposed to get married 2020, and then COVID obviously hit. And yeah, we ended up postponing our wedding. But then it actually ended up being really beautiful. It was on our 5th year dating anniversary, which is the 10th of October 2020. And that was actually an amazing testimony because it was locked down fully till then. We had no idea what was happening, and we didn't know if anything was going to lift all the restrictions and stuff.
A lot of people around us just, having these really quick backyard weddings to make everything official. So yeah, it was a lot of pressure. And then obviously being in your own isolated spaces, not being able to see each other as much is quite hard. But we
did all the planning, we got everything sorted, and then literally on the week of our wedding, it turned to level 1. And so we could have more than 100 people at our wedding. So that was an awesome testimony, and that was a beautiful day.
I guess that's everything up to our married life. And then from there, it's been another 5 years of journeying. I'm guessing we're covering that in another episode on our relationship, if you guys are keen to hear about it.
So pretty much in our married life, we both worked full time for about 2 years. And then I was able to not work, and then I got a bit creative, and we'll tell you the story about how this started. So pretty much in our married life, we were working full time, and then I obviously quit my job straight after marriage. I decided to just try a bit of event planning, actually.
Pursue more creative things.
More creative things. I had the space to, and being at Equippers College, I just got inspired about my personality and what my strengths are. And then through that process, I found that I really had a passion for managing events. But at the same time, I knew I still had my gift of music and my voice, and I did really want to use it. And I don't know why we never thought of this before. We've been literally singing all our lives and together. It's been a part of our relationship. But it was actually an accident how Nate and Thea started. I was helping with an event one day, and this couple suddenly had a last minute cancellation on their musicians, and I put my hand up and said, I can do it, like just me. I can actually play a bit of music. I can do the ceremony. And they said, yep, sweet, how much you charge? And I was so reluctant even just charging them anything, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it because I have I'm worth something. There's value. Then I went to learning everything. I practiced the songs, and then on the day I went to practice again. And then for some reason, my nail just decided to split from my finger, and it was like literally bleeding, and it was so sore. And I freaked out, and I ran to Nate, and he was working from home, and I was like, Nate, you have to help me. Like, I've literally split my finger. I can't play. And I was freaking out, and then he calmed me down and said, all good, like, let's go.
As we jumped in the car, driving to this wedding, I'm quickly listening to the Owl song, like as we're driving, trying to make sure I understand it and can play it properly. And then we rocked up. It's like the first half of the day I was just working, and then suddenly on the second half, finding myself at a wedding. It's
a beautiful venue. Jonker's Farm. And started the ceremony, and then it just came naturally to us. Like you were just playing instrumentals, and I was dressed like I was going to help manage an event anyway, and then we matched colors because that's our thing. So everything came naturally, and it was in this beautiful forest setting, and then music started just filling up the space, beautiful atmosphere, and everyone was like, wow, this is so beautiful.
I think we even got an applause at the end of the aisle walk.
It's
like, this is not about us, like, in this moment, but
the couple cool, were like, thank you, that was beautiful, like in the middle of their walk. They had a beautiful ceremony, but straight after that we were like, why have we not done this before?
It was a great experience overall. I mean, weddings are an awesome time. Everyone's celebrating this big special event, and it's normally very beautiful. And so being a part of that was quite an experience. And I think we were just like,
we were hooked.
That's cool. Let's see what else we can do.
And already being in the industry a little bit with event planning, we thought I know how to set up the business for that. So I could start that with the both of us, and we worked really well as a team. Even at the beginning, he was the one carrying the speaker, and I was like, thank goodness, I would have not been able to carry this speaker around. I just want to turn up and sing. And I was able to focus on my voice, and then Nate was able to focus on just playing the guitar, and I went, this just makes more sense that it has to be the both of us. And we just decided to go for it. But actually, no, we actually paused for a bit, and like a little bit. And then we ended up having a referral from a friend of ours, a friend musician. Shout out to Daniel.
Thanks,
Daniel Millward. And he gave us a bit of an opportunity to sing.
Yeah, so he got us to fill in for one of his gigs at the Glass House. From then, we knew that we were going to be at another big wedding, so we went out and quickly bought some
Proper
decent gear
yeah.
and just invested up front in really high quality stuff. More so just because we want to make sure our sound is really good. You know,
we're about quality. Eh?
Yeah, we love just having a good sound right from the get-go. So yeah, we set all that up, turned up at the wedding, and from there you go from one wedding and you get a referral to the next, and it just grew very naturally. Though we didn't have to force anything too much. We had small opportunities open up, and we took them and did our best and had a good time while we're doing it.
Yeah, and even then the vendor relationships have been amazing. So like with the Glass House, we actually got more weddings from that because they noticed us, they got us along to their open nights. And from that we got a few more weddings, and then it just built from there. Our business is definitely something that we are doing on the side, but we are wanting to push ourselves more, do things more creatively, and then obviously working that into our marriage and our new family life is tricky, but we're really excited to just be more creative, explore more avenues like this podcast. And so we're super excited to talk a bit more in the next few episodes. But yeah, I guess what to expect for our next episode.
We'll just slowly dive into different areas of our business, of our lives, or even just, having a bit of fun.
Yeah, we'll play some games.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely do some games because we can be a bit competitive, but also we love having fun. Games is like his thing.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, we'll let you into that side as well.
And I guess this business has always thrived when we just let it grow naturally. We don't force things too much. We're not trying to book out every single week or anything like that. It's something that we love doing. We love being creative in this space, and I think when we keep it there, things grow naturally. So we'll see what happens with this space as well. We're quite excited. We can talk about a whole bunch of stuff and get into different creative outlets.
And feel free to ask us questions as well. We're pretty open to hearing what you guys think, questions about us as a couple or our business, or even just how things run, especially if you are one of our couples that have booked us already or want to book us. Please feel free to ask us, and we'll definitely address these things like in some future episodes. But it's all very new and we're very excited. But I
hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully it was insightful, entertaining, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Thanks.